You asked the first question. You answer the first question.
Padraic, just great scenes again at the end. Another special day for Galway.
Yeah, look, it's a fantastic day for us. Brilliant day. Semi-finals are for winning, as we know. But I know it's probably hard in emotion watching the game, but overall I thought it was a brilliant game. I thought both teams in that. The first half was fantastic. It was 1-7 to 10 points at half time, and Donegal kicked some great scores. Our lads worked the ball well inside, and I just thought overall it was a brilliant game. And you couldn't take your eyes off for a moment or make a mistake, or you'd be punished. And I thought I was happy enough to get out the right side of it at the end, because it could have gone anyway at the end there. We know that, we get that, but I just thought our lads were probably a little bit more mature and we're probably further down the track than Donegal as a development side. You know, Donegal have come an awful long way from where they were 12 months ago. Fair play to Jim and the county board and the boys. But look, it was Galway's day, and we move on to the final in 2 weeks' time.
How important was it building on the result and the emotion after the Dublin game to come out of the pitch?
It's massive. So look, it's huge, Johnny, because the emotion of beating Dublin the last day. It would have been damn squid had we lost today. Wouldn't have meant much to us, or wouldn't have been really talked about. But look, we spoke a lot about that with the lads. But in fairness, the lads, we obviously enjoyed that Saturday night after Dublin, and the lads got back down to work the following morning. They did a recovery session there in Blackrock and Salthill like they always do. And they got looked after by Finney and Hanley next door in for breakfast. So it was great. The lads were mighty, and focused on Donegal.
You touched on it there, the experience of getting over the line, I suppose, from a couple of years that you've had under your belt, but also this year, tough games, Sligo, Mayo, Dublin, and like at the end, no Shane Walsh on the pitch, no Damien Comer, no Killian McDade, and they all stood up and found a way.
Yeah, but look, that's something that we've developed this year as our panel, and we've had no choice on develop it earlier in the years, but obviously Shane done well again today to get the hour into his leg, so we couldn't chance him any longer than that. But yeah, look, it's you can always point at something, but I just thought I thought our lads were outstanding. They tackled hard, worked hard, and I thought Dylan McHugh, Liam Silties as the back were just outstanding. Sean McCurran, they're brilliant lads, and it's just a reward for the effort that our lads have put in, because I see firsthand what they do since last November, and the heartache during the year of losing injuries and lads getting hurt, and then it's up and down, and you're getting criticised the whole league, and we get that. We totally know in this job that we get criticised, but we don't really pay too much attention to it, and everyone's entitled to their opinion, as we always say. But to a man today, I thought our supporters were fantastic today to land up there, and it was great to see definitely more maroon in the stadium than yellow, which is great.
Conor Gleeson as well, talked about criticism, that one kick out, whatever, but I thought his kick out for outstanding today.
But look, he's been outstanding for us lads in the last 3 years, you know what I mean? He's made no mistakes. We had a bit of a one again Armagh the last day, so but that's it. Look, he was fantastic, caught high ball in the square. Their kick outs the first half were fantastic. In fairness, we won them all. Gave us a great platform for attacking up the far side, but look, we know what Conor can do. I know personally we stuck by him, stuck with him, and he's a great lad.
In a remote week for Galway, we saw the scenes and nearly brought a tear to a glass eye before, and the V and the tribute to John O'Mahony. It's the 1-14 scoreline again from 98.
Yeah.
You believe in omens and things will come around.
Yeah,
your thoughts on John
that was a weird one. The 1-14 is a weird one, yeah. But look, obviously, when the news came up to us last Sunday morning, we were obviously heartbroken. Obviously, we shed a tear because the man has meant so much to me personally, and to the Galway players. Like, our WhatsApp group there from 98-01 was hopping, and lads were just really heartbroken. And looking again, you can't be heartbroken unless you're in love with someone or love someone. So look, we loved him as a man. He was a great manager. He was a brilliant friend, really good mentor as well to me over the last couple of years. And I'll miss talking to him. I'll miss his phone calls. I'll miss his advice. But look, at our thoughts are with Geraldine and the kids all week. And it was a tough week, to be honest. But we had to try and separate the emotion of that and get prepared for the game, which I thought we did well. And in fairness, I think he got a fantastic tribute there beforehand. So look, it was great.
We can nearly just repeat that saying. I think it was the Sligo game. I'm looking around here. There's no cup under the table. You could nearly pass forward and have that chat.
Honestly, I take a bit from him. He was ahead of his time as a manager. In our time, he was well organised and everything. So look, he's a big loss to us. That's all I can say. And he's Superman.
What do you think was the difference down the stretch in the last 15 years?
No, there wasn't. I think Malachy. I think the fact that I think we were probably a more battle-hardened team coming down the stretch. Like, if you look at the games we played, Mayo in the Connacht final, the Sligo game, obviously we were in trouble semi-final, but we found a way to win it. And then we've had Derry, Armagh, Westmeath, a tough game as well. Dublin the last day, Whereas like Donegal, the last two games, like they've coasted through probably Clare and Louth easier than they would have liked, So look, it showed again. Even Armagh were the more battle-hardened team in the game last night, and they found a way to stick it out. But yeah, I think that was probably a little difference. And we're probably, as I said earlier, we're probably a little bit more developed than Donegal, to be honest.
When you played Armagh 4 weeks ago in Margaret's Park, and you did almost everything right, and were victory snatched at the death. You were very happy after
Well, if you ask Kieran McGinney next week what was texted to him that night, that'll answer the question for you.
Go on. What was it?
Ask him. Sorry?
Didn't concede a point from play for the last 32 minutes today. You still only that one goal conceded in the whole championship. Like, your defence has been enormously all year.
Oh, fantastic, yeah. Fantastic, yeah. So look, it's something, I probably was a bit naive when I came into the job saying they were playing fancy football. We did for a long time, but obviously we had to try and shore up our defence. But that's down to the work that Cian O'Neill and John Divley is doing with the lads. You know, they're well structured. But the lads in there, like you look at what's in there, like, you know, Johnny McGrath, Jack Lynn, you know, they're not massive giants in there. Sean Fitzgerald, you know, they're young lads that come in, and there's to a man they're outstanding lads, like, you know, Sean McCurran, Dylan McHugh. Like, they're playing serious football in fairness. And then you're like, you know, we're keeping Kieran Malloy and John Daly off that squad as well. John got a bit of game time today, which is great. So did Kieran. But yeah, they're just good players in fairness, really, really good players, and they're getting great support from the forwards, the wing forwards, Matty and Killian working really, really hard as well. So look, it's pleasing, definitely, yeah, and it always gives you a great chance when you're not conceding big scores.
Padraic, it was a game of fine margins, and you won by a goal. How big a factor was the goal?
It was huge. It was huge. Yeah, it was huge. It was fortuitous. Yeah, look, Paul was going for a pint, it dropped short, but Matty seemed to come across it and miss catching it, and then hopped in the net. Obviously distracted, you know, the goalkeeper, and hopped in.
It was quite taken on Matty's part to try and distract the keeper.
Yeah, it was.
Padraic, you sourced out from different places. I didn't give that to John Mary got a point, like, so good spread.
Yeah, good spread. Look, we 9 the last day with a great spread, but again, that's just great to be winning the games and without Shane and Damien kicking huge scores for you. Like, I think Rob stepped up really, really well today for us that we needed him, but Dylan McHugh got some great scores. Liam Sigler, I think, got 4 out of them lads, you know, so it was great. It was great, yeah.
Padraic, you were in the final 2 years ago. Will that be of benefit to you?
I think so, yeah. I think it will. It'll obviously give us experience of being there, and we can still feel the hurt of losing that final 2 years ago. So yeah, it'll definitely stand to us in some way, yeah.
Padraic, what chance does Sean Kelly have for 2 weeks?
Well, he's a better chance now than he had this morning, so we get 2 more weeks into him, so he might be. He was okay. He wasn't a huge pile away today, to be honest, but it was just nature's injury. It's a muscle injury, so it's hard to chance these things, like, you know, because you're going into a game he's going from 0. You have to try and go in and play 90 miles an hour the way that game was today, so it just wouldn't suit him. And we've had lads in the bench, you know, Danny Flaherty came in, great pace, you know, he was just a better option for us, really. Yeah, unfortunately, look at it again. We were training on Tuesday night, and the last play of the game, he went over and his wrist in the hand and broke a bone in his wrist. It's just gutting for him, you know. Great lad. He'd been away from us from January to May with Erasmus stuff out in North Carolina. He kept himself in unbelievable shape, came back in great shape. He's a great young fella, one of the best young lads that's coming through in Galway. And you know, he's probably a like replacement for Paul Conroy when the time comes for him to go. But yeah, just really, really sorry for him and his family. You know, the effort he's put into it, and he's going to miss the final now.
Padraic, Kieran didn't hide away from the fact that they've discussed chasing on All Ireland all year long in Armagh. You obviously, first interview in the job, said that was the target. What's been the biggest difference for you since you fell short in 2022? What's been that biggest change?
The development of our squad really has been a big one, yeah. I think we probably got a bit, the impact probably wasn't there in 2020, 2022 off the bench or whatever, but I think it's there now, and it is there. But look, yeah, look what I know, like we've played Armagh, 3 times in the last 3 years or whatever, you know, it's been a point, we won by a point, they won by a point, the draw the last day, so look at, it's going to kick the ball in it, and in fairness, it's going to be a novel pairing in the final. I think football needs this. It's going to be great, and 2 teams are going to go at it, hammer and tongs, and may the best team win.